You came out a lot, you know, fighting kind of like you were the challenger. Did you feel that way a little bit going into this fight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or feel at all that you had something to prove?
I felt like I needed to come out and win, and that's how I fought. I didn't feel like a challenger. I felt like I was fighting to win something brand new. That was about it.
Well, probably about 3.5 months ago, you know, it was really hard for me to get into my gym and train, you know, let alone just train. You know, when negativity brings you down, you got to find something to uplift you and make you stronger to get past those downlifts, you know, downfalls in life. You know, I went in for 5 years, you know, a lot of personal stuff I've gone through at home. I have a great trainer, Jason Perillo, Mike Giovanni, you know, Ricardo Abreu have supported me. There was 4 guys I trained with, and 3 of those guys I just said the names that pushed me during camp, and each week got better and better and better and better. All the people who follow me on Twitter that say, Tito, you can do this, you can do this. I was doing it to prevail. I wasn't doing it to prove anybody wrong. I was there to do it and prove everybody right, and that's what I did tonight.
Yeah, his earlier in the night, Joe and I were talking about, you know, all the knockouts that were happening. So we were thinking there wouldn't be a fight of the night. We were going to give all these guys bonuses for knockouts, and obviously when the main event happened, we changed our mind. And yeah, and but to be honest, you know, of all the knockouts of the night, his was the most impressive by far. How easily he did it, how you know, how technical it was. He fought an incredible fight tonight. He's looked great in his last 2 showings, and yeah, he's proved himself to be one of the best 170-pounders in the world. And the you know, obviously the guy that he beat tonight, undefeated in the UFC, he's been on a tear, and it was a big win for Carlos Condit tonight.
I gotta watch the fight first off because you know, you get really instinctual in there, so I can't really remember. And I mean, right after the fight, the doctor asked me how I feel, and I said I feel great, and now I feel like so, you know, you always have to take a look at the actual fight and see what happened. But things that worked for me, I think, you know, we're both reaction fighters, and I was trying not to react too much to his movement, and just kind of stalk him and take his best shot and land the heavier shots. And I know I landed some heavy shots in there, and I you know, rocked him a couple times, and apparently it wasn't enough. So I'll have to see exactly what happened. You know, I feel like he used the kicks quite a bit, but I was blocking a lot of them. You know, even the high kicks, not one connected, and then a couple connected on the low kicks. But I think the main factor must have been the amount of punches, because that's the only thing I can think of. You know, we both fought a great fight. Congratulations to Dominic. You know, I'm not an easy guy to beat. Joseph Benavidez is not an easy guy to beat. So, you know, we got a good champ.
Nice. And for you, Chris, Dana has said that, you know, it's probably the end of the road for Vanderlei. So I'm just wondering how you feel about that. I know you talked about how you admired him, you know, his whole career, and so now I'm just curious how you feel about that.
Vanderlei Silva's my favorite fighter. Yeah, he always has been. I don't want to say, you know, I said, I know I like it. I mean, to tell you the truth, you know, I never visualized the fight going the way it went. I only visualized a 3-round war. And I've never been as scared going into the ring as the fight Vanderlei Silva. The man is a legend. What he's done for the sport is absolutely amazing. You know, right now, I just got to evaluate what happened. I'm still kind of like blown away, you know. So, you know, Vanderlei Silva, he can do whatever he wants, you know. He's solid, you know, but I hit him pretty damn hard. I mean, I don't think anybody would have stayed up. So, you know, is what it is.
Yeah, I think so. We may fight again, you know, but you know, I was just having fun with that. You know, it's not every day I get an enemy, so I was kind of taking advantage of that.
So Dominic is an alpha male in the neighborhood?
I gotta watch the fight. In the judge's mind today, they say so.
I'm a trash talker in the first place. I mean, it's like, you know, I respect all the fighters out there, but even my best friends know I'm kind of a jerk sometimes. So it was fun. It was fun to talk trash, and you know, sometimes it's easy to talk trash about a guy like Uriah. So, you know, but I have nothing but respect for the guy. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's business when we're in there. The guy's done so much for the lighter weight classes. You can't deny that. I had to really hype myself up for this fight. And, I wanted this fight for 4 years. I've been hungry for this fight, sweating for this fight, bleeding for this fight. And I got it. I won it. I'm happy.
But can you talk about Melvin first and that performance
I know
that
he
he put
calls
on?
himself the silent assassin. When has he ever been silent about anything? No, I'm actually, I've known Melvin for a long time, since The Ultimate Fighter, and I always thought that he was a very talented guy and just never lived up to his potential. Was out there, not doing all the right things to become the great fighter that he had the potential to be, and now he has. And it's good to see him living up to the potential. No doubt about it. He's fast. He's explosive. He's talented. He's got great wrestling. He's got dynamite in both hands. He can kick. He can move. He's a scary 155-pounder.
And Melvin, for yourself, a lot of us in the media have been saying it for a while. It's always been, when is Melvin, which Melvin's going to show up on fight night? And again, you showed up with an incredible performance. Can you talk about the evolution of your career? And it's like you get it now. This is what you need to do.
Just had to grow up, man. Like Dana said, when he first met me, Ultimate Fighter, I was just a young kid, and I've grown with this business for the last 6 years, and it's been great. And I've had a lot of downtime. A lot of people stuck in my corner, Mr. Joe Silver, Dana himself, Mr. Lorenzo. And I always go back and think about when Dana told me, kid, get your shit together. You can be great. What I did, I put myself in rehab. I got my together. I got a beautiful wife. I'm more of a family man now. I'm not hanging out in the streets. I play more golf in the daytime than I see nightlife now. And it wasn't like that. I was always in the clubs. I don't even go out anymore. I go to dinner with the wife and I do movies. I'm doing the family things, minus the kids though. Minus the kids, no kids. All right, but it's a great feeling. But it's great to be a part of something like this, man. The UFC is by far the biggest sport in the world to me, and I'm happy to be a part of this. And I always tell myself, I would hate for a kid to walk up to me and say, "Hey, when's your next UFC fight?" And I'm no longer in the UFC. So that's why I work so hard to fight to stay in. I'm in. Nobody's gonna take my position. And I'm going to just keep knocking guys out until I get a title shot. Right now, I want to fight Jim Miller. But if I don't have Jim Miller, I need another fight. So, Deceiver, if you want to do it again, bro, I know in the past you wanted to call me out again, so we can get it on again if you want. You know what I mean? I'm here to fight, man. And nobody's going to beat me. I will be number one, I promise.